What's up, gamers of YouTube? It's your boy, the Universal Gamer. Welcome to another episode of Gamers Tubecast. I know I haven't been putting these up on a regular basis like I should be doing, like every 2 weeks, but these take literally all day to produce, and I only get, I don't get a decent amount of views on it. So for the amount of views I get on these, and they take virtually the entire day, like I just can't be putting them out there. It just takes too much energy for how much, audience I get from it. So with that said, man, let's go ahead and get it started. So I got a piece of gaming news for you guys that you guys should know about. Maybe you don't. Sony is deciding to launch the PS4 here in the US first before they launch it in Japan. Here in the US and a couple other places, but sometimes they launch in Japan first, depending on what it is. Sometimes, the Japan version comes out first, like a game or something, or, a piece of Sony electronic or anything like that. Then it comes out to the US. But this time around, it's coming out to the US first. And I think that's smart because, like a lot of people said, they're trying to win the US market over. They lost last year as far as winning the US audience, gamers over from the gate. Now, they got a lot of people that's really looking into the PS4 that never had a PS3 and stuff like that. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. They're going to win in Japan regardless. Like, nobody has an Xbox in Japan, And what I mean by nobody, there is some people that do, a lot of people, but not enough compared to how many people over in Japan got a PS1, PS2, or PS3. The PlayStation is originated in Japan. That's a Japanese console. The Xbox, the American console. So it's going to win in Japan regardless. So why launch in Japan first, or why split your production of your PS4 in Japan and the US? Just put it all in the US first. Just put everything here so you can be able to have enough consoles to sell out and end up winning, the console race, which I don't really care about it. But when it comes to, the console wars and all that stuff, it's whatever. And making them sales, they got to make their money. So it's smart to launch here first, knowing that you're going to win there. So when you develop more consoles, go ahead and launch it there, and then you're going to win regardless. So that's smart as hell. So speaking of Sony, I want to spit game about why own a PS3. I kind of had something like this before, and trust me, I'm not a Sony fanboy. I got like almost 4 times more Xbox 360 games than I have PS3 games. Every game that comes out on PS3 and Xbox 360, I always get it on 360. But just the exclusives alone that the PlayStation have is good enough to own a PS3 all around. So I was inside an Xbox Live party talking to, my friends, just chilling and stuff like that. And, there's one person that was all like, a lot of people still don't understand why they should have a PS3. And I was telling a couple people in the party, like, when the PS4 come out, that's when it's the best time to get a PS3. 'Cause I know a lot of people that's trying to get a PS3 and get into the PS3 and see what they missed and stuff like that. When the PS3, back then, since the PS3 is going to be even more affordable or whatever, they're going to have different bundles at Black Friday. You may be able to get a PS3 for $100. I wouldn't doubt it. So these are the reasons the reasons are actually the games I'm gonna list. So the reasons why you should have a PS3: Killzone. The first Killzone game came out on the PS2. Killzone 2 and 3 came out on the PS3. Killzone 2 was the best looking PS3 game for a long time. Came out a long time ago, and given the date that it came out, shows how good the PS3 was, because that was a long ass time ago, and Killzone looked better than, well, some people have said it looked better than some PC games, which is almost impossible, but it did look like a PC game. It looked like a PC game, but not better than PC games. Come on now, get over yourself. That's the argument I had, but I still agree with people that Killzone 2 looked amazing. Killzone 3 didn't look as good as Killzone 2, but Killzone 3 still was a good game. They stepped up the multiplayer more better. They fixed a lot of issues that people had with, well, it wasn't really no issues, but fixed some little minor things that people was complaining about inside Killzone 2. Overall, the Killzone franchise is a very good franchise. If you really live your life without playing any of these games on my list, or at least half of these games on my list, so you're not a gamer, because you don't know what the hell you're missing out on. Next game, the Resistance franchise on the PS3. Resistance 1, 2, and 3. Resistance 1 came out on the PS3. That was a PS3 launch title. All these games came out on PS3. PS3 launch title, and it was a real good game. given the fact that it's a launch game. So it looked real good to be a launch game. It's still one of the number one PS3 games that has the most enemies on the screen at once. There was this one level where there's enemies everywhere, and I'm not talking about how the little cheap way of having a lot of enemies on screen where they program it to where they barely move around, they're barely shooting, so you have to worry about using that much RAM. I still don't understand how they did some of those levels where there's a crap load of enemies just jumping, flanking on you and shooting. It's like a war going on. I'm like, wow, and that was a real good game given the fact the date that it came out. Resistance 2, what looked way better than Resistance 1, but a lot of people complained that they didn't like the story. The story was BS. I liked the story inside Resistance 1 and 2. Resistance 3, that's my shit. I didn't like how it looked. It looked worse. It actually looked worse than Resistance 1 and 2. But Resistance 3, the way it played, the way the story was, I loved that story inside Resistance 3. I actually felt scared of these enemies. Like, I felt like nervous, like going inside certain places, and the sound effects that they made and stuff when they were coming out and jumping out at you and chasing you. Like, that's what I wanted to feel inside Resistance. That's actually what I wanted to feel inside Halo. Actually, I think just to go to Microsoft real fast, the next Halo game should be like Resistance 3, where you actually are scared of these big ass dudes. Like I told my friends before, the next Halo game needs to play like Halo Forward Unto Dawn, the movie. If it plays like that, where you're not Master Chief, you just like the cadets and stuff, and you're like the kids and stuff, and dude, that shit be scary as hell. But anyways, back to PlayStation. Next game, Metal Gear Solid 4, and the Metal Gear HD collection that they, gave, that you can buy, Metal Gear Solid 2 and Solid 3, and Peace Walker all inside one HD upscale collection. And that's not even counting all the other HD collections like Ico, Shadow of the Colossus, Resident Evil, Ratchet and Clank, I believe, Sly Cooper, all the little HD up-res, Resident Evil 4, right there to Silent Hill 2 and 3, up-res to HD. Man, that's just ridiculous right there. Like that's a man. But anyways, Metal Gear. I still personally believe maybe one of the, but I gotta say the best PS3 game there is. If you're a Metal Gear fan, it's the best PS4 game. If you're just a fan of just, games, then it may not be the best PS4 game, maybe a good game, but Metal Gear Solid 4, a lot of people complain about the cutscenes, but man, playing that game, if you're a Metal Gear fan and you say you played through Metal Gear Solid 4 and you say it didn't answer no questions, you still are confused about a lot of stuff, then obviously you're not a Metal Gear fan. Anyways, next game, Gran Turismo. Now, Xbox has Forza Motorsports, which, allegedly is better than Gran Turismo. I wouldn't know because I don't play Forza Motorsports or Gran Turismo. But if you want a realistic racer game, and you want to see what Gran Turismo is about, and you've been playing Forza, hey, Gran Turismo, that it's been around for a long time, way longer than Forza Motorsports. It's been out ever since the PS1. So that's a good game right there. God of War, the best fighting game on a PS4. I keep saying PS4, PS3. The best fighting game on the PS3. Don't even understand why you wouldn't want to play God of War at all. That's the reason to own a PS3 right there. If you want to go out and buy a PS3, like one of my friends brought a PS3 because he played fighting games and just for God of War. So God of War, just the scale that God of War 3 had. I never played the newer one, but the scale of God of War 3, and they zooming out the camera to show you that you're fighting on this big ass thing in real time. Zoom back in real time. There was no cutscene or nothing. That was actually full real time. You still playing on this big ass Titan and stuff like that, and it zooms back in. Just the boss fights, dude. Like God of War is known for, and then the God of War HD collection. Come on, man. So, let's go. Ratchet and Clank franchise, the best platformer on the PlayStation. Ever since the PS2. I think they had one on PS1. I think too. But Ratchet and Clank franchise. I was wishing that they bring back Crash Bandicoot. Hopefully PS4. They bring back Crash Bandicoot on the PS4 and games like Onimusha on the PS4 and stuff like that. Or at least the HD collection of Onimusha. I would buy the hell out of that. Even though I played those games over like 10 times each. Especially the first one, the second one. MotorStorm. MotorStorm 1, MotorStorm Pacific Rift, MotorStorm Apocalypse, and MotorStorm 3D Rift that you can buy on the PSN store. You know, the best, in my opinion. I know you can't compare it to like actual off-road racer games like Dirt, but I still feel like it's the best off-road racing game of all time, period, of all time, in my opinion. I'd be in there mad as hell when the AI be kicking my ass, but like that game is still fun as heck. I haven't played not one off-road racing game like it to this date. There's no game like MotorStorm. So there's virtually 3 games on the PlayStation 3 out of MotorStorm franchise. Heavenly Swords. I don't understand why they haven't made another Heavenly Swords, but that game is amazing. Kind of short, but still a real good fighting game on the PS3. You know, I wouldn't pass that up at all. Like a lot of these games, I don't see how could you really stay stubborn as a fanboy and pass up all these games. Little Big Planet. Not even counting the PS3, the PSP and the PS Vita Little Big Planet games. Just counting the console Little Big Planet games, 4-player platforming game. You can customize your little Sackboy. You can do all kind of stuff. You look at it, it looks like a little kid game. It looks too damn easy, but as you get further and further in the game, it actually becomes very hard. Create your own levels. The best level creator of all time, in my opinion, as far as platforming game is concerned, and like, you know, side-scrolling editors. You can do virtually anything. You can make anything. You can make this little engines where it turns, and you can make whatever you want. You can make a fully different game if you want to. Those Little Big Planet games are amazing. Uncharted franchise, Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. Uncharted 1 didn't have that much action inside of it, but it still was a good game, underrated game. I played the demo a long time ago when I first got a PS3 and was so hyped up to buy the full game. Didn't understand why a lot of people didn't play Uncharted 1. I was all telling my friends about it. Oh, I played the demo, it's alright. I'm like, this game is amazing. Like, they should make a second one. What they do, they made a second one look way better than the first one, made the third one look as good as the second one, but it wasn't better than the second one as far as story. But all in all, the Uncharted franchise is freaking stupid amazing. Like, I really want to lend my PS3 out just to let people play Uncharted. Like, that's some of the best voice acting in some games thus far. SOCOM, you know, if you want something super tactical, you like those tactical games, SOCOM. Twisted Metal, if you like fast-paced shoot 'em ups inside a vehicle and stuff like that, if you want to play Call of Duty in vehicles, Twisted Metal, there you go. Twisted Metal has always been a very, very good game. There's like about 10 games inside the Twisted Metal franchise. Twisted Metal is a beast. The Last of Us, which is the last game I'm going to mention. The Last of Us, which is by Naughty Dog. You know, the same people that made Uncharted. So, you know, you're going to have that real good deep voice acting and story and stuff like that. The Last of Us, man, like that game, just stupid. That's how good it is. It's just stupid. So you see how long it took me all this time, but about 5 minutes it took me to run through all these games. That's not even all of them. There's still more PS3 exclusives. And the reason why I don't say make a video, the reasons to own the Xbox 360, because there's only a handful of reasons, you know, like Forza Motorsports, Perfect Dark Zero, Halo, which is a real people, oh, Halo's for little kids. You stupid. Halo is a real good ass game, very deep story, even got comic books to it, not just to sell the game and not just to sell the name, because that game actually, it goes deeper than what you just see inside the game. What else? Banjo-Kazooie. It's just not enough games on a Gears of War. You know, that's a reason all by itself to get a Xbox 360. But like, that's compared to the PS3, man. That's only a handful of games, and we're not going to count that PS2, because PS2 shits on any game console ever made with how many games inside its library. So let's go ahead and get off this segment and move it over to the next segmento. Step my game up with one game, and that game is Resident Evil 5. Brought it on Steam recently for $5. They also had other Capcom sales, like they had Lost Planet 2 for $5 and Lost Planet 1 for $5, and some other games and stuff like that. So yeah, just to take it old school, they have some real cool, you know, old school / new school games and stuff like that for sale. So I recently finished 2 games, and those games are GTA 5 for the Xbox 360, of course. And I gotta say, it was a cool game. I've been playing all the little side stuff. When I play through games, I do everything. I don't just rush right through the story. I do every little side thing and stuff that pops up and all kind of other little stuff and knickknacks and things of that nature. Real good game. I think I beat it like in 75 hours. The ending, bullshit. The other alternate ending, bullshit. The other ending, bullshit. I don't really care about the ending because it's all bullshit. Excuse my language. It just ended. Like, we did the last mission, and not gonna get no spoiler for the ending that I had. And actually, to be honest with you, I didn't play the other endings. I'm just saying they bullshit, because if I had the best, from what I heard, I had the better ending or whatever. If that's the better ending, then that's the best ending out of all the other endings. Then I don't know. It just was stupid. Like, it felt like, even though I haven't played Mass Effect 3 yet, but it just felt like Mass Effect 3, not in the same sense of what happened, but like, I was like expecting more. I'm like, he got in the car and drove away. I drove away, and like, that was it. Like, nothing happened. Like it wasn't no extra dialogue. Like, it was just bye, and then bam, game over, credits roll. What the hell? I don't know. Another game I finished, Resident Evil 5, PC. You know, the only reason why I played this, a lot of people were like, man, why you keep playing Resident Evil 5 every time you get on your 360? I said, first of all, it's a game for Windows Live, so it shows me on my Xbox 360. It pops me into my gamer tag. It shows that Hershey's One is online and stuff like that. And I can even join parties, but some games that I play, like, sometimes it won't let me join an Xbox Live party. But and when I do, I can't talk. Like, it won't let me talk to nobody, so that's kind of stupid. Anyways, the reason I was playing it, I went ahead and played through Resident Evil 5 for like the 10th time, probably more than that. Again, you know, ended up playing on PC from scratch all over again. It's because double achievements. You know, a long time ago, I seen this one dude with like 7 double achievements. I'm like, how do you got 1,000 points for this game and got 1,000 points for the same exact game? That don't make sense. He's hacking. But come to find out, if you got games for Windows Live and you got an Xbox 360, not only do you get achievements for the game for your Xbox 360, if you got that same game on your PC, you can get the same achievements 2 times. So I'm like, whatever, you know, $5, you know. And I just wanted to get Resident Evil 5 to see. I was always curious of how better it looks on PC and how better it played. It plays way faster, of course, because it runs at actually 60 frames per second, or faster if you wanted to, if your PC can handle it. And it looks way better. Not way like a big ass difference, but you know, it's a big difference enough where you can notice it. So here are all the games I've been playing recently, and I've been having a weird taste for games lately. I don't know. I just been playing some weird stuff, in my opinion. I don't know. Just so, anyways, Bastion for Mac. I've been trying to finish that. You know, I stopped playing it for a while, but I started playing it recently to finish it up. You know, I'm towards the end. It's a real good game. If you haven't gave that game a try, it's a top-down game. You know, I guess you can compare it to a dungeon slasher, even though it's really not, kind of. But it plays like that. You can loot stuff, and you know, you build your weapons and upgrade your weapons and stuff. It's a real cool game. Killzone Mercenaries, multiplayer and single player contracts. Been playing on my PS Vita, of course. I wouldn't doubt it if they put that game, you know, upscale to the PS4 or PS3. You know, I wouldn't doubt it. They be doing it to a lot of other games that's real good, like the, Assassin's Creed game that's on the PS Vita. So, you know, another game I've been playing recently is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. When I play my Call of Duty games, I play them for 6 months and I'm done. Like, I don't know, after 6 months, I just don't have no more use for it. Like, I just don't feel like playing it no more. I don't know why I do that. The only game I haven't did that with is Call of Duty I did that with Call of Duty 4 as well. Call of Duty Road at War. That's the only game I didn't do that with. Like, that's the only game I prestiged in. I never prestiged in no other Call of Duty except for Call of Duty Road at War. Don't understand why. I don't understand why I was so hooked on Call of Duty Road at War. I just felt, I think it was just so I don't understand why I was so addicted to Call of Duty Road at War, but you know, it was a cool game. I loved the co-op. I kind of was wishing that the co-op was something different, because that's what they were showing, but it ended up being something else. But it still was a fun game all around. I had so much fun with that game. Next game, Halo 3. Wait, don't you mean Halo 4? No, Halo 3. I went back and played Halo 3. First I went back, this was like 4 months ago. Me and my friends decided to go back and play Halo 3 just to see how different it feels, and I was getting my ass whooped. Like, the hit markers, you can tell that Halo Reach and Halo 4 stepped up the game as far as you know, the technology of the game. They stepped it up big time. Because when you go back and play Halo 3, you like, hell no. How the hell was I even playing this? But so recently, about 2 nights ago, me and my brother and a couple other friends decided to get on Halo 3, and like it took me a little while to get back into it, but once I got back into it, man, it felt like them old Halo 3 days where you just kicking ass, getting that shotgun. You know, it just feels better. It feels good to get kills inside that game because like now, not saying this is a bad thing, but now it's so much easier to get kills inside that newer Halo games. Back then, I remember how you used to have to grind for it. Where once you get that shotgun, you felt special because nobody else got a shotgun, you know, because you got it, you know, you found it on the map. Not saying you don't find weapons on the other games. I'm just saying like just the way it made you, like when you get the invisible, don't nobody else on the whole entire map has it because it only pops up one time inside, not one time, but pops up inside one spot. So like I remember those days where it felt good to get stuff. Like it really felt good when you had, you know, certain stuff. Not like I said, doesn't mean the other games suck. I'm just saying it made me recap those moments. Rayman Origins on the PS Vita. Started getting very hooked on this game. Now I understand why they're making more and more of the games. I always loved Rayman back in the days. I hated the 3D ones, never played it. Played some of it, couldn't stand it. I just wanted them to go back to the 2D, and they did. They're smart, unlike Sega and whoever else handles the Sonic games. They're stupid. Like, just go back to 2D. Everybody keep on arguing with me when I say that, but I'm speaking the truth. Like, every 3D game sucked except for Colors and like 1 or 2 other ones that were good, kind of. So whatever. MotorStorm Pacific Rift, you know, like I said, weird games, you know, but you know, I just been feeling like playing the racing game. I feel like playing MotorStorm, so I put it in. Hey, it's my games, it's my prerogative. Play what I want. So anyways, I play what I want. Anyways, yeah, so MotorStorm Pacific Rift, you know, I still haven't finished that game or the first game, so I've just been trying to finish some of my games. Alan Wake, brought that on PC a while back, been playing that. Played the first one on 360. I've been wanting to go ahead and beat it so I can play the downloadable content that comes with the little bundle I brought from Steam. So I played through the first game. I'm playing through the first game again so I can get ready for the downloadable content. Peggle on my iPhone. I got Peggle across all my gaming platforms. I'm just gonna leave it at that. That explains enough right there. GTA 5 multiplayer, of course, and Nun Attack on PS Vita. Little arcade-ish top-down game. Wasn't what I thought it was going to be. When I first realized what the gameplay was, I was like, okay, no, I'm not playing this shit. This shit is crap. I'm about to delete this from my PS Vita. I'm not playing this no more. This is dumb. But then I kept playing it because like when you first look at the game and you think you about to play it with the analog sticks and be shooting with like the bumper button or one of the face buttons, but you don't. It's like a RPG. It's like it's not like a turn-based game, but like it's like a RPG. It's not really turn-based, but it's like you gotta like use a touchscreen to make them attack certain people and use your special by, you know, pressing something and have this person attack that person and go and draw where you want them to go. It seems stupid and it seems pointless at first, but like it's pretty cool. I played it for about 20 minutes. I'm thinking about going back and playing it some more because it is kind of getting interesting. So yeah. So here are the top 5 games that's coming out for November. There's a lot of games coming out for November, but I grabbed these games and placed them inside my top 5 games of the month. And those games are at number 5, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag comes out November 19th. Super Mario 3D World Wii U comes out November 22nd. Battlefield 4 comes out November 29th. Call of Duty Ghosts comes out November 5th. It then comes out again for the new next-gen console for the, you know, later on. The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds at number 1, November 22nd. And that's going to revive my my Nintendo 3DS. Haven't played that bad boy in about 7 months. Just because, I don't know, to me, I don't got nothing to play. Like, there are games, I haven't played Super Mario Kart yet. I haven't played like games like that and, you know, Donkey Kong Country and Star Fox. But like, I don't know, like I'm just not really feeling like playing those games. I've been feeling like, I don't know what I've been feeling like playing on my 3DS. I almost was about to sell it a while back, but that's gonna put me back on my 3DS because I love me some Zelda. You know, if you haven't noticed by now, and the shirts and, you know, and all that. But yeah, man, let's get to my outro segment. So in this outro segment, I'm gonna touch on a little PayPal incident again real quick. because some people still are kind of confused. They still don't understand how I won. They still don't understand what's going on completely. And I just wanted to touch on it real fast again to make a long story short within 2 minutes. Try to make this 2 minutes. Long story short, I sold somebody my Dead Space standee poster. I'm just gonna call him somebody. I ain't gonna say who it is. Somebody. My Dead Space standee poster. You know, a little Dead Space poster I had for about 6 years. Sold it to him or whatever. He gave me the payment that same day that I shipped it out. He gave me the payment first. Let's get that straight. And then I shipped out the item. He paid for the shipping and stuff like that. And I already spent the money like 2 days later. So I spent the money already, just to make that straight. Sent him out the item. The item was scheduled for a certain day to be delivered to him. It came that day, but I was wondering why he didn't text me, or not text me, but write me on YouTube. That's how we was communicating with each other across YouTube, private message. I was wondering why. I just was like just waiting for him to send me a message saying, okay, I got it. 2 weeks goes past. He complains to PayPal saying that it's damaged and he wants $100 of his money back, and so we can call it even if I give him $100 of his money back, which means he would have got it from me for $50. So I said, no, I'm not going to do that. So PayPal put up an investigation. He pushed it further into a claim. He filed a claim. And the claim required that I pay him $230. So that's why my account was negative $230 unless I win the claim. So they put up an investigation. They required information from me. I gave them information and more. I gave them the video that I put up. I gave them the pictures that I sent him. And I wrote a detailed information about what went on and what's going on. Gave that to them. He gave them his information, and they put one and one together, and they just told him, hey, just send back the item. He will issue you a refund. And even if he don't, even if I wouldn't have issued him a refund, they would have gave him a refund but charged me for it, and I would have been owing them money. So and he knows that, so that's why he did it for her, because he pretty much figured he's gonna get his money back regardless whether I got the money or not. So he said, okay, I'm gonna do that. He sent PayPal the tracking information, which was legit, you know, which a lot of scammers do, because they like on Amazon. I got scammed twice on Amazon because for some reason they're able to put that they shipped something even though they haven't shipped it yet. So, you know, not saying that he did that, because he actually did ship me something or whatever, or he could have did do that, I don't know. But anyways, they provided me with the tracking number. Ever since I got the tracking number, I've been tracking it every single day I wake up. And the last day I checked it, I never noticed that it said scheduled delivery for the 26th. And I mean, not for the 26th, but for the 16th. And when I looked at it, I'm like, oh, it's the 16th. That's today. Either was the 16th or the 22nd. It was something like that. And I was like, oh, that's today or whatever. It was a coincidence. So I called PayPal that same day and told them I didn't get it yet, because I didn't get it yet. So they said he got a certain amount of days to update us with the tracking information to show that you got the item, because we still don't see that you got it either. We still see that it's inside his current city and state or whatever. I said, yeah, that's the same thing I see. They're like, yeah. And I also, just like I found it weird that he took 2 weeks to complain, they found it weird too. The lady was all like, yeah, I see that. I personally feel like that's weird. Like that's something's up with that. I'm like, yeah, tell me about it, or whatever. So she's like, well, just hang tight, you know, wait till the 26th, because if he doesn't send us nothing by the 26th, the case will be closed in your favor and stuff like that, and you won't have to give him no money at all. The case will just be completely closed. So the 26th came by, which was 2 days ago when I made the video. And I made the video, and then right after making that first video, the doorbell rang, and it was the mailman. And then, you know, I got the package was right there. I'm like, wow. So he actually did send me back the Dead Space standee poster, but it was too late. So if that would have been my Dead Space standee poster inside the mail when I unpackaged that package, let me put this in perspective. Since it took him so long to update them, it would have been up to me if I wanted to give him a refund, being a good Samaritan. And I probably would have, just by being the honest person that I am. But by him sending me some stuff that actually wasn't my Dead Space stuff, to make it seem to PayPal mine that he sent me my stuff when it really wasn't. It was some stuff that he had. I realized his intentions was to send me some fake ass Dead Space stuff that wasn't mine and get his money back from and tell PayPal that he sent me back my Dead Space standee poster, even though he didn't. So he ended up trying to play me, ended up playing himself. So that means that the money that I spent, the $230 that I already got from him a long time ago and spent already, I don't have to pay that back. Did you really think you was gonna get away with it? I'm a YouTuber. I make fucking YouTube videos. Excuse my language, people, but I make YouTube videos. What did you really think in your right mind that I wasn't gonna film myself opening up the package? I hope he goes back and try to open up this case, because you know why? I'm gonna get my ass an attorney. I'm gonna sue your ass for pain and suffering. I'm gonna sue your ass for falsely accusing my name, because you gotta understand your name is very important. He falsely accused my name. Now I got a strike on my PayPal account. Falsely accusing my name, wasting my time, and for fraud. I'll be walking away while you over trying to rip people off for about a couple of $100. I'll be walking away with a couple of grand, more than that, at least $5,000. Break my lawyer off about 1,000, you know. Pay my taxes real quick, you know, off that money, unless it already comes out. But then walk away with about 2,000 something. So sometimes fraudulent stuff isn't worth it, like my boy said. And if this was like a while ago, I would have done this. I would have took my ass to your address, took a plane ticket. I would have did your ass like the game. I would take out my cell phone and record me beating your ass with one hand. So yeah, man, you want to rip people off, you got to be careful with that, because some people out there ain't gonna be as generous as I am. You know, like I said, this was a long time ago. I would have caught a plane to your state, and found out who you was. And you probably a dwarf compared to me, so I probably would have felt bad for beating your ass. But at the same time, like, if you would have been like some old scrawny dude or some dude that can't fight, but, you know, wherever the case may be, I probably would have socked you up a couple of times, slammed your ass on the ground, and just talked to you and taught your ass a lesson, literally. Like, okay, so this is what you don't do. I'd have had your ass right on the ground, like just talking to you. People would have been looking, like, what the hell they doing? Don't worry about it. Keep walking. I'm teaching his ass a lesson, you know. Repeat after me, little nigga. I will never, ever again in a million years try and fraud people out their money. Say it, nigga, if I hit your ass again, or they did some shit like that, you know, got real street on your ass. Like, you know, nobody don't be playing about their money and stuff. You messing with people, you're not only messing with people's money, but when you actually think about it, you're messing with people's household. And another thing I find funny is that I wouldn't even have to pay for a plane ticket to go beat your ass. I would have had one of my fans that live inside your same city and state to beat your ass for me and pay him, you know. But I wouldn't do that. I'm not going to even say what city or state he stays inside, because I know 5 of my fans that live inside that same city and state. And I find that real funny. I find that real amusing. It is what it is, man. I'm not gonna do no stuff like that. I don't got time for that. People was asking me, how could you stay so calm through all this? Like, I'll be fucking cussing this dude out. I mean, sometimes you just got to get used to like this. I mean, you just got to like whatever. Like, sometimes you can't just be always trying to like be violent all the time and try and be negative all the time. It's whatever, man. That's just how I look at it. Like, whatever. You try to rip me off, I learned from my mistake. You know, probably God did that to me and him to teach us both a lesson. You know, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Teach his ass to not, all people ain't gonna fall for your scams. And to teach me to not always be so damn nice, be so goddamn upfront, and be so, you know, be so generous. Because me being generous and me being so nice got me into so many freaking situations you wouldn't even believe it. As a matter of fact, my next vlog that you guys be liking, or some of you guys be liking, when I be talking about some real deep stuff, it's gonna be talking about nice guys do finish last. So that's gonna be real. That's gonna be some real stuff right there. I mean, so with that said, man, it's been your boy, the Universal Gamer. Just wanted to, you know, touch bases on that, you know, to clear that up or whatever. But I'm really hoping that he open the case back up, that he really appeal, should I say. That's how you open cases back up. You do an appeal, and that's when they really take it as an actual, you know, as an actual case. So I really hope he does that. I really do. Like, I really do. I'm actually about to get an attorney lined up, and I'm going to try and get the attorney for free. So I'm going to show him all the information so he can know that for a fact that we're going to win. So he can really get some money. So he can know that he's going to get some money for sure. So he or she, you know. So with that said, man, it's been your boy, the Universal Gamer. I'm out of here. Peace.